legs are narrow, it's not. Okay, here the legs are open. That's what I'm looking. And the hands are like this. Not like this, they are like this. So then you come back. Then the legs are closed. Go to that side. Then she opens. Yeah? Start to do it. Slowly. Yeah, good. See this foot and this foot. It's not like this, it's like this. It's the same line. Can you translate?
Ja, je moet ervoor zorgen dat het binnenvoet de tegenlijn staat. Je moet not op de andere voet met je tenen.
Very important that foot, the toes, are like this.
Ja. Wel of niet?
That's good.
Ja. Ja, dus je moet gezien dat je tenen op de grond staan. Vandaar dat het duwt.
That's not good.
Dat is niet goed. Dus duidelijk verschil tenen op de grond of tenen in de grond. Dus wat hij nu doet, dat is een goede.
So watch now. Like he showed. Okay, I repeat it again. Move on the right, 2 feet in the same line. I tuck my toes and I move the hips. Back. The other side. Toes, I move the hips. But I will show how different parts of the body move one after the other. I mean, the order I move my body is when I do this, is hips first, legs second. So it's hips that turn, I turn my hip and then the leg. And then for the second part is the same. First the hips, then the legs, then the feet. So it's hips, leg, feet. Do the exercise. You can talk it in loud voice or you can talk to yourself. That meanwhile you talk. Hips, leg, foot. Then you are sure that you do the things in the right order. When you are going to play ball, I'm going to ask you, are you moving first the hips or first the foot? It's different to do this than to do this than to do this. But I finish all the time in the same position. Do it again, but now think hips, legs, feet. Come on. This is the last piece. From here, when they are like this, just for playing ball. Okay? But that's the last piece of the warm-up. Now I will show the different ways that you can use to arrive to this point. Okay? And I will show you the kids. closing. One leg, yeah. So the important part is doing well. All of them are going to do this. And what is important that they do this. Now, she goes in this position because when he's doing reception on the left side, for example, she will need the support of one leg and the other two parts has to be free. That's why this wrist. Then she's going to all fours. Then she comes up and she stays in the position. What she did is going from the floor to stand. That is developmental work. But what is important, she knows the movements. What is important that she can do the last piece after getting the problems or solving the other steps that apparently that they were not part of the movement. But it's the same of the game. You are there, you know how to move. The other is going to serve, then you get afraid, then you panic. So it's important that they arrive to the movement coming from another situations. That even if they are not comfortable, they can perform the movement. That's the reason why to do the whole sequence. And the second point is memory. But the memory that comes from here down, not from here. I mean, she knows her body. That's why I talk and she does. Maybe you will need a lot of hands-on with those kids. For closing them, that they don't start with the head and that they remember the sequence. Maybe you do first the last part, and then you do a piece of the first part, the second part. Don't get all this maybe in one training. Don't try to achieve the goal in one training. Is what I'm talking about, the delayed reward. Okay? Yeah, now? Yeah. It's very important the way back. It's okay. There was a study made with the rats that they controlled the dreams. So there were a group of rats that were going with electrical connection. One was hard, the other was soft. So the first group got the hard discharge, didn't want to do it. Next time, the group who get it soft, they could do it again because it was not damaging them a lot. But then, when they do that, we put in electrodes in the brain. And they found that different parts of the brain were activated in a certain order. The last one was the panic. It's one special part of the brain. Then they control the brain in sleeping. And those who get the strong discharge, the sequence was inversed. That means they were from the pain to the beginning in the sequence in the brain. And the idea is that they do that for remembering better what not to do or what to do. And it's a neurological process that you learn things to do, and then you have to learn how to do it back. Because in that way you reinforce the going way when you come back. Use pretty much. Two things. It could be interesting that when they do this, they don't have shoes. Or in some way you get a piece of cloth for putting under the shoe. Not the shoe doing tuck, 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 tuck. Okay. So when I see the kids doing this, that's a big part. It's coming too quick, too early. That's the limit she can do without moving down. So for her, no, not before here, she has to drop this one. And it's different than doing this. But then it's working from the hips. And the main point of this is first to engage the leg, femoral joint here, in the possibility, normally the girls they can go far. And only when it's there, then it's just dropping this. But it's dropping this from here. And it's different than doing from the whole hip, because you see here. Okay. So. Yeah. So that's the first part. The second part is when she crosses. Up to there, she must not do this. She doesn't need that. Then she needs to give space. Yeah. And then it's bending a little bit, and there alone, the leg will go there. That is different than doing this, because that's rolling the hips. And this is a particularly exercise where even the hips are coming into. First is to open. Okay. Open, and then open, yeah. Here, cross. Yes, go, 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 go. Knee, the under knee, yeah. And through. Okay? So you came always to the same point, but now the difference is that now you come from a very specific point, that is the fact of doing this. That you are going to need not only for reception, but you open. That if you come out from reception to attack, then you get this here. That's why this is story. And not from there. Okay? It's clear? Come on. First part is to lift one leg.
Eerst de benen opheffen. Ja.
Then is pushing from the arms.
Dan duwen met de armen.
And turning the hips.
En dan de heupen draaien.
See that his legs stay bent.
En zijn been blijft gebogen.
But the bending is not this. That means the hips came to the foot and not the foot go to the hip.
Ja, de heup gaat naar de voet en niet de voet naar de heup. De voet blijft gewoon liggen.
Yeah. Okay? The head has to be low. Okay, try that.